It's the calm before the storm right here. But we better give Obama props, cause what we got in office now's a kamikaze that'll probably cause a nuclear holocaust. And while the drama pops and he waits for shit to quiet down, he'll just gas his plane up and fly around till the bombing stops. This is for Colin. Ball up a fist. And keep that shit balled, like Donald the bitch. He's gonna get rid of all immigrants. He's gonna build that thing up taller than this. Well, if he does build it, I hope it's rock solid with bricks. Cause like him in politics, I'm using all of his tricks. Cause I'm throwing that piece of shit against the wall till it sticks. And any fan of mine who's a supporter of his, I'm drawing in the sand a line. You're either for or against. And if you can't decide who you like more and you're split on who you should stand beside, I'll do it for you with this. You. The rest of America, stand up. We love our military and we love our country. But we hate Trump!
Whoa, welcome to the Best Friend Weekend podcast. Aldo Nice here. It's your man, Aldo Nice.
Oh, you got two introductions in on
What
me,
should I mean, like, Aldo Nice and his rounds, Best Friend Weekend.
Rod Smuve, I am Rod Smuve.
Not to be confused.
It's like not to be confused with the shoes. Because I blues. It's been like twos, maybe a few weeks that ain't been here to do's, anyway.
That boy didn't hit the snooze. I mean, it's got that, the way he was flowing was kind of like Eminem with like the 4 bars at a time. And Donald, I mean, definitely we're going to get back to Eminem.
You talking about the one that just played?
Yes, that one. That little fragmented flow.
I like that.
I mean, we like Eminem. It's,
I think the best reach out that we got this week was in our DMs, someone hit us up and said, so should I just go ahead and dye my hair blonde now or what? Did you see that?
No,
Did you monitor the DMs?
I did not monitor the DMs. You must have saw that.
I did.
Oh, wow. Okay, I'm going to have to go check that.
I gave him the emoji, like the Black Power emoji.
This podcast is brought to you by our first male DMer. Like, that's a thing.
Unless you count sweets.
Sweets. Hey, y'all. And man, we're gonna talk about like this week. Honestly, this week has been crazy. Like I was making making conversation recently, and someone said, "Man, this week y'all got a lot to talk about." I was like, "We almost have too much to talk about. It's too many things that they went down since the last time the pod aired, man." So we'll try to run down as much stuff as we can. We definitely gonna get to these BET Awards, or at least our edition of them. But I want to start in Hollywood, man. Just a little bit on Harvey Weinstein. I mean, I know it's not the biggest. I mean, seems to be the biggest story on Yahoo because every day somebody's coming out with something different thing. And I mean, in case you people aren't familiar with the story, very powerful Hollywood bigwig out there, sexually harassing people, inappropriately doing whatever. But his publicist came out and said, "Look, there's never been any kind of even accusation of rape or any kind of unconsensual sex. So that's not what's taking place." So in essence, what's taking place is he's out there just using his power to get some ass. Raj, if you had power,
would I use it to my advantage? I don't think I would. I think there's a difference between using and abusing. I read the 2 stories that I heard. I should know way more, but the 2 stories, I think 2 is enough that I know.
It gets tiring after hearing a whole bunch of stories.
Right? Yeah, you hear too many times, and I know his routine.
His MO.
You're not gonna slap him around and bend him over. It seemed like he just kind of sneak his way in.
Yeah.
He had a great conversation with this chick and brought her to the crib and thought this, I guess she thought she was going to have some more great conversation, and that man just beat that meat in front of her.
Didn't he bust on a ficus, like on a little tree? That's the story. The same story you're talking about.
I don't think that's the same thing.
They said he pull out that meat and like bust on
Shout
a
out to
tree.
RDK.
RDK Gliffy.
Yeah, and the man beat that meat and he finished, and she sat there and watched him. And I don't think she wanted to be there, but she didn't go anywhere. And then the second one I heard is he was gonna get a massage, and the chick was, beginning to give him a massage, and he just opened up her legs and began to perform oral sex on her. And she asked him to stop, and I didn't know you. Like, I guess that man. I don't know. I don't know if she could pull away or anything like that.
Couldn't that happen like literally? Oh, like 2 weeks ago, there was a story. I think it was in DC. This guy at Massage Envy was doing that. Like, he was a convicted sex offender, and they allowed him to work at Massage Envy. And like he was giving a massage and pulled back that towel at the end and just start bowling. And that thing turned around and was like, oh no. And then he was like, he dropped to his knees and started crying. It was like, please don't tell, and wouldn't let her out of the room until she said she wouldn't tell. And then, she wouldn't tell. But so I guess that is a thing. I guess people just like, hey, if I start eating it, she'll say yes. That's what Harvey was on. I didn't even know Harvey rolled like that, man. I didn't know he used that trick.
Yeah. I mean, he obviously has abused his power. I think I think a little bit of it is just shooting his stick. But I'd hate to say that and no more. You know what I mean?
It becomes an interesting story in that regard if he really isn't he uses his power, right? It's kind of it's wrong to use your power in that way.
For the fourth time, maybe fifth time today. Like, I didn't do it 4 times today, obviously, but today was the 5th time, possibly, I think, that I watched Gerard Carmichael 8. I watched it today. I just finished watching it. And he said something like, sex can get a little rapey at times. And no one ever says, yeah, let's have sex. Like, it's never just like an agreement. You don't shake hands and then begin to have sex. I think I'm gonna go with if there's a plethora of people like there were, a lot of women that came out and said, hey, this man abused us, then I guess I would tend to lean towards them. But I would like to think that man is very bold, and I have to, give me 1%. I appreciate that man's boldness. Like, that man that man is you need that man in your squad. Like, everybody needs that man in your squad.
So yes, it's way more than just a few stories. So everybody's coming out and saying that's how that man wild. So that man probably wild. A lot of it was like, and I mean, some of it I'm really not that sympathetic towards. It's a lot of those stories. It's like those Cosby-esque stories, except for the fact that they're not ending up peeled and drugged up. Like stories of I'm 22 years old and I'm in the industry and I know that he's a big wig. So when he invites me over, I'm excited. I'm like, oh, he can help my career. And then when we go back to the room, he's in a robe and he's got the music real low and he's asking me, do I want to drink? And he's trying to make me touch his dick. Like, I mean, that man literally, he is shooting his shot though. I mean, he's trying to see if they go like, are you going to bite?
Act strange for that change.
Like, I mean, because for every story that's coming out for people talking about they was, whatever, I'm sure there's at least 3 stories of people like, for sure. All right. And then they just get down.
I just read one of the names on the list was Angelina Jolie. And I can't say that if Angelina Jolie somehow ended up back in my apartment that I wouldn't try to smash. Like, I'm going all out. I'm pulling that meat up.
So that man not supposed to try to smash because he's a rich and powerful person? I don't know. It's an interesting dynamic. I mean, but it's Hollywood, right? They either gonna do it or they're not gonna do it. What's funny is the men coming out like old Dawson's Creek and old Terry Crews and
Cheeseburger Eddie, huh?
They was out there.
It ain't easy being cheesy, man.
They was out there grabbing them boys' ass and grabbing them boys' cocks, man. And they decided to keep it quiet, right? I mean,
that man and both them boys been in prominent movies, man. So, I'ma just put it to you like this: if I could be in a blockbuster movie, the 2018 blockbuster movie,
like at Blockbuster.
No, okay. So the word blockbuster is not just a brand. You know what I mean? Blockbuster is something that it's gonna bust the block.
I thought you meant you wanted to be in a movie that was at Blockbuster.
No. All right. So if I'm going to be in a 2018 summer blockbuster movie, summer hit,
Iron Man.
And all I gotta do is have that meat grab. Just let one of the producers grab my meat with my pants on. I might take that.
Man, look, me and you are
If
the
I could
king
be
of
in-
the. I think me and you are the king of the hypothetical conversations where you're like, would you do this for like? Because we don't even say $1 million no more. That's why. That's how much we are on this game.
Yeah, the 100,000s would work for most
Yeah,
situations.
100,000 is pretty much gonna get it done for a lot of situations. So if you're saying, would you let a Hollywood producer grope you as a man, like grab that wood over your pants? And I mean, I like you said, you're gonna be in the hottest summer blockbuster. That just equals money and fame and everything else that comes along with it. Yeah, he could grab my wood over my sweatpants.
I will 100% take that.
Like, and I'm not even quantifying no money on it. I mean,
I might even, and this is probably the gayest thing I ever say, but if I could be like the new black James Bond, like if, oh hey look, we want to take James Bond in the new, and we want you to play 5 movies, I might.
You gonna let that man smash you?
I might have to let him smash me, cuz. To be the new James Bond?
Damn.
Maybe so. I would think about it.
Damn. I don't think I want to let him smash me to be the new James Bond, but damn, that's a hell of a...
But you're going to be in 5 movies? Like, it's just like if you could be...
Yeah.
Hey,
if we start doing the residuals on money and fame and influence you would have after being a black James Bond for 5 movies...
Right.
I don't want that man to smash me.
We're doing a reboot of the Fast and the Furious series. You're starting at number 1.
And you get to be Paul Walker.
And you get to be right. You get to be Paul Walker. I might have to take that. I'm definitely gonna talk to my
rationale I always tell people is this: some people go to jail and get smashed for free. So so it's something you might have to consider. Now we go. Okay. Now it's the Prison Yard podcast again. Where's Sweets at?
Sweets actually enjoys it though, I believe.
I think Sweets would. Man, come on. Okay, so enough about Harvey Weinstein and his philandering. Even though we're gonna talk a lot more about that type of activity, let's get to our Black Person of the Week. And our Black Person of the Week. Hit the Black Person of the Week music. We don't have black people. We don't have Black People of the Week music.
I was about to say, I know you're not playing that Uncle Luke.
What's that number one, bro? No, we're not. Okay. But our black person of the week is Kijuana Nige Sherrod, or also known as Star Sherrod. That's another name she goes by. And she is a 33-year-old from Nevada who describes herself as a self-employed professional tease with the little lips after it. You might know Miss Sherrod from famous hits as well, you might not know her from anything, but smashing the Dolphins offensive line coach and then putting that boy on blast. Dolphins offensive line coach Christopher Forrester, making $3 million a year. He went skiing before practice, snorting that coke up, and what he told her, I wish I was licking this coke off your pussy. Ooh, that boy nasty.
Yeah, she was his cocaine platter, as she said.
Oh my God. So she's our Black Person of the week because I mean, obviously her goal, I don't know, Roger, I want you to discuss her motives after I tell you what she said.
Is she the Black Person of the week because you like her, or is she the donkey of the day? Or the donkey of the week?
I mean, look, she's the Black Person of the week, man. I'm not quantifying and breaking down black people into little groups. She's the Black Person of the week. Like, okay, she said, after she posted the video of your boy snorting the coke and he got fired, the white people mad at me like I forced blow down this man's nose and like I recorded it on the low. No, those are his habits, and he recorded himself and sent it to me professing his love, which is fucked up that he professed his love and then she went out at him like that. Like, fuck him. Fuck her. So quick to make excuses for him, but will roast the minority player over the anthem, dogfights, weed, domestic issues, etc. But y'all keep saying all lives matter. Shut the fuck up. If his ass was black, they would be dragging him through the mud face first. So she is the Black Panther Black leader right now. What's going on? What do you think about her?
Yeah, I wouldn't say, because I've actually read a few things from her too. I have plenty of white friends, as she says. So I'm not making this a race issue. people are missing my point. My point is everyone has to be held accountable for their decisions. They roast players over anthems while coaches be high as shit and probably can't sing along. So what I don't understand, it's like a white person. I know you've had this said to you before. White person says something super racist or borderline racist or whatever, and then they say, "Oh no, I got a lot of black friends. Oh, my best friend is black."
So
or something like that.
She's giving you the reverse. I fucks with white people though.
Obviously,
she's smashing this old white man.
Well, she was.
His great pubes. Like, I think he might still smash it. He's a cokehead dude who like be like, cutting. He'll get like he wanted to snort that coke off her pussy, cutting.
So I'm gonna tell you this. This is how I feel about it. I hope one day I get to expose a white person for 99% personal gain and 1% what I think is sticking it to the man. No. And I say that, and I don't really mean that. But what I'm saying,
so you think it's 99% personal gain?
99%. She don't even know why she did it. Because at first it was like, oh, I did it like this. And then it's like, oh, I got a lot of white friends. I just did it because she needs to be held accountable for his actions. So you a snitch? Is that what you're saying? Like snitches gets like what are you saying? Why did you do it? You only did that to make news. To make the news. I
completely agree. It's, you know what I equated with on like kind of some different shit? Odell Beckham a couple of weeks ago when he was barking, like when he was crawling like a dog and then picked up his leg to piss. And then like later on that day, somebody was like, oh, that's because Donald Trump said that they're son of a bitches. So he's acting like a bitch is a son of a dog. So that's why he picked up his leg. And he was like, yeah, that's why I did it. No, you didn't do it you just did it because that's what you wanted to do at that moment. And then afterwards, you're going to retroactively come up with a reason. I feel the same way kind of about her. That she did it because she wanted to be famous. Like she wanted a pop. She wanted to be on heavy.com with 5 fast facts about Kijuana Nige or Niggy. I don't know what Niggy. I bet white folks calling her Kijuana Nige. Niggy. Look at that.
Yeah, I'm not. Niggy. Nah. I don't know, man. I don't know. But I guess all I can say, how I am on most situations. I pray for her. I hope that she gets no personal gain from this. I just don't understand why me, you and me, and I feel like every individual person that we would talk to would think the same exact way, but yet her Instagram followers are gonna probably quintuple.
Yeah. But yeah. That's like, the play though. That's the play.
It is.
I don't necessarily like kind of we walk a fine line between saying like some old loudmouth shock jock shit every now and again that people might look at and say, them boys just saying that to now we usually say what we really feel about stuff. But I would like to think that I would stop short of talking of like outing somebody, snitching on somebody, like coming like really saying some stuff that I don't really feel is like the right thing to do just for likes, just for followers, just for that kind of thing. Like I don't think I'm with the shits. Yeah, I don't think I'm with the shits.
I would never do that either. I would always use I think I would take the opportunity, especially now having a podcast, to voice my opinion. And if my opinion is not popular, so be it. You know what I mean? I actually was listening to you know what? And somebody would listen to this podcast and say, you really ride him. But I was listening to Gerard Carmichael.
You do this podcast is brought to you by Roger's undying love for Gerard Carmichael. Continue.
You know what? One day I'll get to meet him and maybe he'll listen to the podcast. I don't care. I care. So anyway, and he shit. You took my thoughts.
You didn't have a really good thought, dog. Like
I did have a really good thought. No, I was about to tell you something that he said.
No, it was very average. You didn't need the whole lead in. And there it is.
Oh no, because it doesn't matter. We was talking about the Dolphins. You know what, this whole NFL kneeling thing is starting to get very, very redundant. I just want to know what's the end game. What's gonna happen? Are we just gonna continue kneeling? I think if I was a player and I was kneeling, I would think that. That would be my thought.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. There's an end game to be had, but I mean, there's an end game to be had, but it's you keep pushing them into the corner where they have to make a decision on what that's gonna be. So I think that is interesting. Like I'm just more in I'm more just kind of thinking about and really interested in how it's going to play out. Like, I don't know how this is going to play out. I don't know how it's going to end. I don't know where the anthem protest, or I'm sorry, the police brutality protest are really gonna end up. But I'm just interested to see how it's going to play out.
I think everyone is.
And
But I think I can't fault the NFL players. One thing that I look at the NFL players and say is, because everybody gives them scrutiny, or not everybody, but a lot of people give them scrutiny for the protest. And I say to them, well, how else would you protest? Like, I think they're protesting the best way that they know how.
yeah,
But I still think that ongoing, day by day, week by week, they need to be trying to figure out, or everybody needs to be trying to figure out that end game. What is that end game going to be? And it's been going on for so long now that I feel like there's something that can be devised, like something that can be drawn up to where, all right, so this is what we're going to do. You got your point across. We understand.
Nah,
boom.
I don't see it that way. And I mean, I think that it's just interesting, but I think that at the end of the day, that that ship is probably kind of sailed. I think we are at a place right now in our country where the president is like got all the wrong motives, and like he governs like he's trying to be elected. Therefore, he panders to that same racist base all the time. And if he's able to kind of pull in some people with those bigger ideas that he likes to say about like patriotism and whatever else, it's like when you start kind of conflating patriotism with the flag, with not kneeling, and kind of setting that up as like that kind of a juxtaposition against the protest, aka against black. It's so much subtle imagery and subtle like divise and division that Trump tries to do. I think we're at a place where there is no real simple solution where people are just going to be like, okay, y'all like stop kneeling, we'll stand up, and then we'll all like sing Kumbaya. I don't see it. Like, man, I wish I heard Bomani say this a couple of weeks ago. He was like, I wish we could fast forward to like a year from now to know exactly how this is going to play out. But I don't see it. Like, I don't see it this nice amicable solution to this.
No, man. And you know what? I partially agree with you, but I don't necessarily think that the president is he trying to get elected or trying to play towards his supporters. I think that he truly feels the way he feels. I think a lot of the things that he said, he truly feels that way. Like, he feels the way that he feels, and the reason why I think that is because I've met a lot of people that feel that way. Like, I feel the same way that he feels. Why can't he feel that same way just by coincidence?
Well, Trump's been beefing with, like, you watch that 30 for 30 on the USFL. Trump's been beefing with the NFL for 30 years when they told his ass he couldn't be an owner and they wouldn't let him buy a team. Like, these same owners and these same franchises were like, no, you can't have it because we don't like you. You can't be a part of our boys club of 32 NFL owners. Like, you can't be one of us. So I think a lot of this is get back. Like, he's trying to bring down the ratings of the NFL. He's trying to make the NFL like suffer because he's in a position of power to do that. Like, I mean, I think there's something to be said about that.
I think there's one thing that's congruent in all of these issues with the president, that he's very, very childish.
Yeah, he's childish. I think
we have a very childish president that never takes the low road. That never takes the
high road.
The high road. Excuse me. Never takes the high road. Always takes the low road. Will always take the low road. Will do whatever he has to do to win. He will literally do whatever he has to do to win.
Yeah,
and it's crazy because it almost. I hate to say it, but man, it's almost like he knows what he's doing. Like, I hate it. I don't want him to win. I don't want him to win this little war that we have going on with the president and the NFL. I don't want him to win.
But he's got wars with everybody. Like, for instance, let's go right into it. He's still warring with Jemele Hill. And they got Jemele ass sitting down now. She on a 2-week vacation, unpaid probably, because they said that she called the president a white supremacist, obviously, which she got away with it.
She got away with that one.
And then she's suspended for 2 weeks for a second violation of the social media guidelines of ESPN. What did she say? She said, this play always works. Change happens when advertisers are impacted. If you feel strongly about Jerry Jones' statement, boycott his advertisers. So she She said that, then she was like, then she came back and came with another tweet a little bit later saying, well, I'm not telling you to boycott the advertisers. I'm just telling you that that's what you should do if you feel a way about that. Like, I'm just kind of giving you that's the play. The play
I'm suggesting something you could do.
Yeah.
That's all I'm doing. I'm suggesting something that you can do if you don't agree with what's going on.
Yeah, I'm not telling you to do that. And so the second thing was, like, you can ask any sane person. It's way less egregious than the first thing. Calling the president a white supremacist, whether you believe it or not, believe it to be true or not, it's pretty damn bold. Like, you're stepping out on, like, the White House press secretary was saying that, hey, that's a fireable offense. Like, that's big stuff. Saying that Jerry Jones, you should pull some advertiser money, I don't think it's that big of a controversial statement, and that's the one she got suspended for. You know what I'm calling that, Roger? It's a makeup call, man. I don't know if people out there, all of y'all out there, familiar with sports like we do, but if LeBron goes to the hole and he doesn't get a foul, and then he complains to the referee, then the next time he goes to the hole, even if it's not a foul, they're gonna call a foul. You know what I mean? I feel like that's, in the truest sense of a sports word, that's a makeup call. That's the only reason Jemele got those 2 weeks, is because they wanted to kind of give her those 2 weeks the first time. Now it's kind of like, okay, you can't keep doing whatever you want to do. What you think?
I think everybody needs to take a step back. It's getting kind of crazy right now. You know what I mean? Like, I think everybody's on gas right now. Everybody's pedal to the metal, and I feel like we're not getting anywhere. I feel like we're at a stalemate. It's like, who's gonna give up first? I think we need to really figure out what's going on in the world. Everybody's fighting, and I don't like it. I don't like all the fighting. I just wish there was peace.
Yeah, I mean whatever. You could wish that, but that's not gonna be the case. That's not. So let's just be rational and realistic about it. Being realistic about it is that people have realistic concerns that they're voicing, and then a large percentage of the population doesn't want to hear that. So it becomes a whole bunch of other things. It's all rooted with that same idea of police brutality and actually protesting for like some equal footing in America. And then it's all gets blown up into so many other things. And I can see why ESPN honestly would suspend Jemele behind that protest, because I feel like ESPN's probably got a whole bunch of money in the NFL, and ESPN is more concerned that Jemele went at the NFL advertisers than they are that she went at the president.
Yeah.
That's their money she's messing with a little bit there. So I could agree with that.
I heard Stephen A make a great point. It's funny, like, a lot of the times I'll agree with Stephen A, and sometimes I'm totally disagree. It's kind of inconsistent on how I feel about Stephen A and his thoughts. But I heard him say something the other day about how he understands why someone like Jerry Jones, and granted, he was like, look, I'm with the players. I 100% agree with them. I'm standing for them. All that jazz. I'm on their side. But I understand why Jerry Jones would want his players to stand. He was like, it's not about this protest anymore. It's become about money. Like, the NFL's ratings are down this year.
Nah, that's bullshit.
So they're not. Oh, that is bullshit?
It's bullshit.
Why is that bullshit?
You can make the numbers say what you want them to say. I mean, it's bullshit because it's not. I think it's association and not causation. But that's just my thought. I think there's a bunch of different reasons why the NFL ratings may not be what they always are. But it's like that whole the ratings are down. That's a Trump tweet. That's Trump saying the ratings are way low. And with Jemele at the mic, it's no wonder ESPN's rating have tanked. In fact, tanked so badly it's the talk of the industry. I mean, that's just tweet language. And yes, you can. Okay, go ahead.
I guess okay. So I guess I'm gonna ask questions because I want to understand why you think that this is bullshit. Because I don't. I think so. The point that he made was the person. So you look at the character that Jerry Jones is. He mentioned something about Jerry Jones picking up, and we know this to be true. Jerry Jones taking chances on troubled players, on troubled black players. That's one thing. And then the fact that he took a $103 million company and made it a $4.3 billion company. So he knows what he's doing. It's not like he's just doing it just to support the president. I think he's doing it because it's a business move. It's not even about the protest anymore. Like, this is getting out of hand. I'm losing money. I need you guys to stand. If I'll make a statement here that I think is true. Let's say if all Black America stops watching the NFL versus all white America stop watching the NFL, I mean, which one's gonna make more of an impact?
I think that that's an asinine statement.
Why?
Because I don't think that, because you can't put these groups aren't homogenous groups of all Black Americans and all. And I get your hypothetical, but your hypothetical is kind of crazy, because you should a better hypothetical would all people who feel that the anthem protests are okay stop watching the NFL, or all of the people who feel that the anthem protests are just the worst thing ever stop watching the NFL.
Okay,
break it along those lines, because there's white people who feel like the anthem protests are completely okay and acceptable and necessary, and there's also Black people who feel like stand for the flag. So I don't think we can make that a big black and white thing. And I didn't mean, like, I didn't really want to come at you and call you asinine like that, but my point is just that I don't think that that's the way to make that division.
Okay, cool. So answer it the way you want to answer it then.
So
take the lines and take the sides and put them as whatever. Put the lines wherever you want to put them and answer that question.
I think that if you lose either one of those groups, then you would be losing a bunch. So him forcing his players to stand up is weird. It's kind of like it's America's quote unquote. It had to be the Cowboys. I'm gonna get on the Cowboys' ass later. I really will. But it had to be the Cowboys. Like, it had to be America's quote unquote team to pull this. And I get you. I get that it's a business decision. But at the end of the day, the revolution will not be televised. And you know how I can know that? Because the NFL has decided to take all of the pregame national anthems off of TV. I watched the game tonight, and they don't even show it anymore.
That's great.
They don't even. It's great for whom? If the idea of the protest NFL. Was to bring awareness, and we're going to kneel for the national anthem to bring awareness, so the NFL says, you know what? We're not even gonna show it anymore. Like I said this a couple of weeks ago, I need a quarterback to take a snap and then take a knee, and then be like, all right, fuck it. I took a knee for inequality. Like, bam, 3rd and 7, he just take a knee.
And then my question, no, that'd be funny. That's what I think. I'd laugh. Like, I wouldn't. I don't know what I wouldn't. It wouldn't trigger any other action other than to laugh. I'm laughing. We were laughing with him though. What is that gonna do?
It would let them know that we still out here having these issues.
No,
and these
that's
issues
stupid.
still need to be heard. What do you mean?
Because that doesn't make sense to me. Like, you can still be heard without having to do something on national TV. These guys have Twitter and they have Instagrams. Like, they can do stuff outside of a broadcast.
So the whole gist of my statement the last time about taking a knee during a play was that the players aren't affecting their teammates, and they aren't affecting the actual outcome of the game by doing it.
No, I never
during the pregame when the national anthem is playing, that when you're trying to make a protest and you're trying to make a point, you want it to be as visible as possible and you want it to be as provocative as possible. That's the provocative visual way to do it. Everybody's not on Twitter. Everybody's not following you to get that message. But people who may or may not agree with you are watching those games for other reasons. So you have a captive audience of people who may not hear your message that you're trying to give all the time. And while you have that captive audience, you're making them a little bit uncomfortable. We're letting them know that there are issues that our country we're not upholding a lot of our principles. And that's why they take a knee. And I mean, at the end of the day, I'm not like I said, we've said this before. I didn't feel like necessarily I would be taking a knee because I didn't know that was I didn't, if that was my protest or not. At some point, I think I might have come around to that point now where I think I'd be taking a knee. I think I'd be that guy. Like, it's taken me a while to kind of come to that point, but I think just kind of the division and whatever. If we choosing sides, then I'm on that side, and that's just what it is, man. I mean, but Jemele can't say everything she want to say. I'm going back to it. And I'm just going to say this, because she don't have her own shit. Now, if she was on her own, the Jemele Hill podcast, and, like, you know what I mean? Like, or she went with Shannon Sharp, and was on Fox Sports and could say whatever she wanted to let her say whatever she want. But if ESPN telling her to chill, at some point you gotta chill.
Well,
Like,
if that's what you want, like if that's what you want to be, if you want to be on ESPN, if that's what you want,
you gotta chill.
You gotta chill. You know, I mean, I'm sorry.
Chill.
Like
if
they're not gonna give you that
Cowboys,
platform
you gotta
forever.
stand up, right? Like.
I get it. Look, and I get it. I get it. I know. Like I would feel terrible if I felt like ESPN was my platform. I worked at ESPN. This is my platform, and they took that platform away from you. That's not, like you said. It's not hers. Just like I feel about the protest. I feel like it's harmless and whatnot. Like I don't think it hurts any the outcome of the game, and it doesn't hurt anyone physically or anything like that. But that's not your thing. Like, this is your job. Okay, cool. So you wanna kneel? Fine, kneel. But we don't have to show you on TV kneeling.
I mean,
but like that's why I think that's great. Like, not great from the player sense or great from my sense, but for the NFL sense, I think they figure out a way to deal with it.
It's smart as hell.
If I owned a business,
we're gonna eliminate the issue, and we're just not gonna because they. Okay, so Roger, let me just I don't want to spend too much time on the protest because this can't be every week of the podcast. But I'm just gonna go back a little bit to what you said about the ratings, and I'm just gonna explain what I meant by that. This is just off of the dome as far as what I recall. The protest, I mean the 12 o'clock to 3 o'clock Sunday slots, the 3 to 6 Sunday slots, those local time slots of NFL games are not down. So Saints, whoever we play this week, Saints Lions this week is not down. The NFL ratings are not down in those hours. The NFL ratings are down in the primetime hours. The Sunday night games, the Monday night football, and the Thursday night games. That's when the national games are where the ratings are down. Dog, 2 weeks ago, the national game was the Seahawks against the Colts with Jacoby Brissett against the crappy Seahawks. Yes, the ratings are down, but I mean, like, the games aren't even good. Like, if the NFL can learn how to flex games to where each week the best game is on Sunday Night Football or the best game is on Monday Night Football, Rod, I mean, I'm not saying something that's not true here. The ratings would be fine. The ratings would be better. So I think it has a lot more to do with that. So that's where I'm going with it. And speaking of Indianapolis, Mike Pence is a bitch. Mike Pence is a bitch. He's Trump's bitch. Trump made that dude go spend all that taxpayer money to pull up to the game and have a old planned exit 5 minutes after the game start. Like, I went to a game and I was like, I didn't know these people was going to kneel, so I left because I was offended. What game did you go watch? The Colts? Who was the Colts playing against? The 49ers. The 49ers? You didn't think the 49ers was going to kneel? Get the fuck out of here, dog.
Like, pretty much started the kneel. I thought that what I didn't like about it was, so here's my timeline. Here's what happened. And here's how I followed it. All right, so Peyton Manning is a ceremony, okay? So there's a ceremony that's honoring Peyton Manning. Mike Pence showed up for the ceremony. The players kneeled. Mike Pence left. Mike Pence sent out a tweet and was like, you know, these guys are dishonoring the flag. I felt like I had to leave. He left. Cool. Right there, that was a win for the president for me. That was a win. But where they lost was with the president's tweet whenever he came out and he said, I told Mike Pence to leave. It was just like, dude, you lost me right there. Like, this can't always be about you.
This podcast is brought to you by Donald Trump. Because everything else is brought to you by Donald Trump. He fucking makes he's got a puppet in Mike Pence out there.
He didn't have to do that tweet.
Yeah, Mike
like,
Pence, people thought he was the sane one. He's not.
So that's where I'm at. If Mike Pence would have left, we would never know. We would never know. Like, I mean, you know, we can speculate. I think we could speculate about whatever, but when the president tweeted, he pretty much showed his hand. I don't think he cares. He pretty much showed his hand.
He don't give a shit.
He showed his hand and he was like, we knew this was going to happen. We knew they were going to tweet. We knew they were going to kneel. So I sent Mike Pence to make an example. Literally, to make an example.
Now, Mike Pence could have put, like, the one other thing that people were saying is Mike Pence should have waited more than like 10 minutes after he left the game to send that contrived like tweet with a picture of him at the game and everything else. Like, there was like, it was too much of a package that was 10 minutes after he walked out already ready to go.
But did you hear this? So they started looking more into it. Mike Pence had a scheduled appearance somewhere else. Like,
so he wasn't.
No, yeah, like his.
It was all a plan.
His press team didn't even get out of the transportation that was outside.
They was hurry up and go do what you got to do.
Yeah, just go show up, go show your face, do Donald's due diligence,
bidding,
and then come back
funny.
And we got to get you to you know, and then we'll go ahead and construe it how we want. Like, so I'm not with that. That's fake.
All right, I'm getting off of them, man. It's time to talk about black things. The BET Awards. Oh shit, the BET Awards. We was hyped, Roger. I had my alarm set, my clock set, and I know you did too. No, we didn't. No.
I'd rather read about the. No, let me tell you.
I didn't watch it.
I would rather.
I didn't watch it either.
I would rather read about the BET Awards than watch it. I'm telling you. So it may have gotten better, but the last, let's say, 3 times I watched the BET Awards, I was very.
It's the BET Hip Hop Awards, though.
Then I would have been even more embarrassed. The BET Awards, though, the last 3 times I watched it, I was embarrassed. Embarrassed.
You know who wasn't there?
Mary Barrist. You
know who wasn't at the BET Awards?
Who's that?
Nelly. Nelly didn't get an opportunity to be at the BET Awards because Nelly had a little harrowing week. I don't know if you guys heard or not. One of my favorite rappers, old country grammar rapper. Nelly was accused by a 21-year-old woman in Seattle of second-degree sexual assault or something, sexual rape or something. The 42-year-old rapper with the 21-year-old, I can do the math. Let me carry my 1. 42, 21. Half his age looking ass.
Wait, hold on. Hold on. No.
I'm listening.
We're not We're not podcasters by profession.
Not yet. No,
not yet. Given your profession, I am very shocked that you had to do math. There's no way. That had to be a joke. That had to be a joke. Nah, okay. I'm giving you the benefit of the doubt on that one. So continue.
Agreed. He invited her and a friend to his section. Boys got it. I'm just creating the vibe for y'all, so y'all know the story out here. I don't know if you've heard the whole Nelly story. I feel like a part of us doing the pod is giving you guys like the rundown on things that you might not have took time to read about it this week. You might be riding to work, listening to the podcast, and like, hey, I want to know more. So he invited her and her friend to the section. Boys had a section. Maybe he was with the St. Lunatics. Maybe he wasn't. Maybe Murphy Lee was there with a half mask on his face.
Maybe he had the white and blues on.
Maybe he did. And they were like, "What are those?" Like, give me 2 per. Okay. So they were in a section after the concert at a club called the Aston Manor, and he invited the victim to his tour bus afterwards. And he was like,
This is before she became a victim.
Oh, yeah. She wasn't victim. Let me take that back. The 21-year-old and her friend pull up, come in the section. Let's have some drinks. After they turn up in the section, he come back to the tour bus. So she hop in the whip with him and the people. And they go back to the tour bus, which was parked near a Walmart. Shout out Walmart. And she says she was in Nelly's room with him when he tried to have sex with her. And she said no. Okay. She claims Nelly told her to shut up and said he wanted to have sex with her without protection, which she says he did over her objections. The woman says afterwards, Nelly offered her money, but she declined. Then a woman came up and said, "You gotta go." She kicked her off the bus and threw $100 at her and said, "It must be your mouth, it must be your ass, because it ain't your face."
It must be your ass because it ain't your face.
It must be.
Because that was just a tip drill.
That was just a tip drill.
Do not be alarmed. That was only a tip drill.
The homies get some by the tip drill. Okay, so Hey, I don't look. It's tough for us to. It's tough. We're in a culture where the victim, the accuser, comes out and says something, and everybody kind of jumps on her. Like Nelly's part of that group of. I mean, Raj, I know we could talk about this, man. He's part of that Darren Sharper group of individuals where when they have rape allegations, you're like, nah, I need about 5 of them before I could believe it. Chicks like Nelly.
Are you trying to tell me that he's nice looking?
Oh, Nelly shares a birthday with me. Shout out. This podcast is brought to you by anybody born on November.
So I guess
2nd.
when a nigga share a birthday with me, that I could say he fine. Like, is that what you're saying?
That's my birthday buddy.
Both our birthday is August the 6th.
Me and that man fine. me and that man fine. Nelly. So, I mean, I did see some little perverted looking videos of him with little children recently, but okay, that's. I just want
to give out a public service announcement, and you know, most of the women that are doing these things don't really care about my public service announcement, but I want to give it anyway. Don't get on the tour bus.
Don't get on the tour bus
after the concert.
After the section,
I promise you.
No. After the concert, after the section.
After the concert, after the section, it was like the after party.
After the
party,
after the show is the after. Yeah, no, it's the tour bus at Walmart. Yeah.
So she got on the what did she think that man like? I don't understand like women. I promise you, get on Nelly's tour bus with Nelly or any of the other lunatics. The Nelly disciples, he wants to smash.
I mean, I don't know how to say this without.
So don't even put yourself in that situation.
I don't want to say this without sounding like a male pig, but the best case scenario is that Nelly is the only person who smashes.
Ew.
I'm telling you the truth. Like, what if she hopped on that bus?
Yeah, you're putting yourself in danger.
That's my point. Like, you hopping on that tour bus with Nelly and whomever else is in Nelly's entourage, crew, whatever.
Harvey Weinstein.
Best case scenario, Nelly comes down, you have a good time, you go home. Worst case scenario, Nelly comes down, or Nelly's about to, and he's saying, hey, look, my friend's cute right here. What you think about him? And then you're in a situation that's way over your head. Like, that's logic for a woman just... If you're a young lady and you don't understand that logic, to not pull up somewhere where it's like 10 dudes, 5, 6 dudes, whatever, and it's just you. Because from all indications from this story, she left her friend after the section and went back to Nelly's tour bus one deep. I think it's interesting in the story. She said she wanted to have sex with her, and she said, no, we can't have sex. And then he told her to shut up, and he wanted to have unprotected sex. So how does that conversation happen? Hey, babe, let's do something. No, Nelly, I don't want to do it. Shut up. I'm raw dogging you.
And you know,
like that's how that happens?
Nah, I could see that because I don't even know. I don't know.
What?
No. Okay, it might have came out wrong. What I'm saying, I can see a gripe against that because I somewhere along the way in my readings on the internet, you know, over the years, I heard that Nelly had that gangster, but you know, so that's a whole. Never mind. So yeah, that's a whole nother thing.
I know you're not over here starting. Nelly has that gangster.
I'm not. I didn't start it. Google it.
I know you're not rehashing it. You're being Hannibal Buress right now for like Bill Cosby. Like
what I'm trying to tell you is if there's okay, all right. So if I know something. If I know a female has that gangster, I'm not partaking in any type of sexual activity with it.
Hold up. Maybe that's in California where it's not a felony no more.
Oh my God, yeah, you just get a slap on the wrist now. You gave me AIDS? Yeah. All right, let's go to court. You good.
Pay this fine.
But if there's even gangster allegations,
yeah.
I don't want to be around you either.
Well, I mean, I would think that if Nelly got that gangster, like you just kind of threw out there very recklessly, that he would be a little bit more careful about what he does. Like, he wouldn't be raw dogging people because then that's very traceable that you did some stuff you wasn't supposed to do. And he could get in trouble for doing that in most states. Like, in every state, I would assume. So, yeah. I mean, but no. I don't know. I don't know who takes the
I just say
takes
just
the
look,
poonts with no condom.
stay off the bus. No one
Stay
wants
off
to
the
cuddle.
bus.
No one wants to cuddle after the club. I'm just gonna let you know like that.
You're gonna be on the struggle bus, and she was on the struggle bus, and she got her ass kicked off the struggle bus. That's terrible, man. Look, let's go to these BET Awards that neither one of us watched. Actually, I did see like 15 minutes of it. I saw two parts. I saw the end when Luke was rapping, and I saw when Dave East and Black China came out and gave an award to Cardi B, and she was talking in her little Cardi B voice, and it's kind of weird. But since we do consider ourselves hip hop connoisseurs, we did title this episode the BFW, Hip Hop Awards 2017. I want to give our hip hop awards. We didn't look at the winners, but we did look at the categories. So there were particular categories this year, and we're going to give you guys our hip hop awards for 2017. I guess end of 2016, 2017. Let's start with video of the year. Roger, do you have anything for video of the year?
I don't have anything for video of the year.
Yeah, I don't watch videos either. But
I'm glad you asked me because whenever you told me about what we were going to be talking about tonight, I don't know. I watched one video this whole year. I watched one.
So that's the video of the year. Is that Future video?
That Future video. Where he like stole this dude's girlfriend and she was just murking niggas. That one, whatever it was. Mask off. Is that mask off?
I don't think that was, maybe.
I think whatever video it was.
Let it be. That's the video of the year.
Mask off.
You know what I think the video of the year is? I don't give a shit what year it is. The video of the year is Tip Drill. It must be ass because it ain't your face. I need a tip drill. Give me a tip drill. That's the video of the year. So that's what I'm going.
You just threw all your morals out of the window.
That's the video of the year. Look, close your eyes. Close your eyes, people out there. And think about the first time you watched that Tip Drill video. Now, young men, close your eyes and think about when you were in your college dorm room by yourself watching that Tip Drill video.
Yeah, and then there was probably no such thing. Yeah, there was no such thing as YouTube or DVR.
Or porn.
You had to just watch it on BET Uncut. You knew it was gonna come on.
Bongos, Versace, Parasucos, for the freaky assholes. Ain't nothing like money in a Ziploc bag, Okay, I had a BET Uncut little throwback right there. My bad.
White girl
going through my mind.
My mind.
Yes, all of those things are the videos of the year. Okay, enough with the video of the year. Single of the year. What was the single of the year for you?
Other than pussy popping on a handstand, I'm gonna go with...
Stop saying of the decade, because now he's just saying that. Single of the year.
Oh, the year. Okay, you're not talking about 99.
No, we're talking about this year. No, we're not talking about...
Okay, so yeah. The single of the year, I would hope that it's consensus. I actually did look at what the single of the year was, and it almost made me vomit. But the single of the year to me was Bad and Bougie.
Bad and Bougie. Very, 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 very good. I want to agree.
Do you know what?
Mask Off was up there for me.
Mask Off is good. Mask Off was up there for me. Mask Off was up there, but I have to go with Bad and Bougie.
I'm gonna have to be of the unpopular minority and say Bodak Yellow is the single of the year.
No, that's so stupid.
Bodak Yellow is this. Look, this is what I base this on, man. Anytime I go out and the DJ puts something on, it's the biggest pop. It's whatever gets the biggest pop with the DJs. I never thought I'd see men act the way they act with a woman rapping song. Like, they never act like that with nothing Nicki Minaj ever did men know, like, most of the lyrics to. Like, I see dudes, like, not even trying to play hard, like, rapping it.
Yeah, these is red bottoms. These is
yeah, and getting it in, like, just, like, I don't dance now, I make money moves. Like, dudes rapping that. So I think you gotta give some extra points to that, because obviously a large percentage of the women know all the lyrics, and that's they jam. Not everyone.
That's completely the female song of the century.
So if we gone by your logic earlier and say you take all the women votes plus kind of man, Bodak, it's hard to beat Bodak Yellow.
Every single woman would vote for Bodak Yellow, like without question. But I feel like Bodak Yellow came out like yesterday.
It did, but boy, when we was at rehab in Vegas, like Meek Mill was on stage rapping his own stuff, and then he just stopped and put on that Bodak Yellow and just let it play, and everybody just got crunk. Because that's what people do.
But let me also tell you, I feel like Bodak Yellow, and it's still getting play. It's still getting play, and I don't know what you use for your music streaming because it's not real popular.
Tidal.
Use Tidal. Okay. Well, I don't. I use iTunes or Apple Music. And the number one song on Apple Music right now is not Bodak Yellow anymore.
What is it?
It's Rockstar by Post Malone. I like Post Malone a lot.
So you're saying it don't have like a lot of stay power? I just
feel like and it does. It does. I just don't feel like it had as much stay power as Bad and Bougie. I just feel like it's so fresh that I don't want to say Bodak Yellow. Bodak Yellow will be my song of 2018.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
It's
so fresh.
Let's skip around a little bit. I'm not gonna go right into album of the year because I want to come back to that. That's a big one. Or artist of the year because we threw that one in there too. But let's go to lyricist of the year. Who did you have for lyricist of the year?
Boy. So I just went with the popular pick, to be honest with you, because I feel like it's all about. So I like I said, I listened to a podcast the other day. I heard Charlamagne say that just everybody want to dance now. So I feel like that's what music has been in 2017. Everybody just wants to dance. It's all about in New York, I'm Millie Rock, you know. Yeah. And so I just went with Kendrick Lamar. I feel like Kendrick Lamar.
You can't really go wrong, but that's such like who's the best? The Warriors. Like I mean,
talk about that.
But it's not even like the Warriors because. Like the Warriors play in a sport where it's like you can define like that's greatness. In rap, it's kind of like your own taste. What's funny is I had Quentin Miller written down as the lyricist of the year, but I scratched that out because I thought that was just dickish. I don't like Kendrick Lamar.
I'm not a big Kendrick Lamar fan either, but also on that.
Eminem is the lyricist of the year, man.
Okay.
For what he did this week, Eminem is the lyricist of the year. Now, I'm going to sound like one of those people because I'm not really a huge Eminem fan. But I'm going to sound like those people who when Jay-Z dropped, like it's just as foolish as when Jay-Z dropped that album to say, oh, rap is over. He's come back. God, MC, Jehovah is back. Nobody could ever compete. That's the best thing I've ever heard in my life. People are doing the same thing with Eminem right now. And, well, I'm just gonna be of that mind. Eminem is the lyricist of the year. He got out on the biggest stage and dropped some of the most quotable things. I mean, it was on the nightly news. I was on Fox 8 News last night, and they were playing the lyrics from Eminem's quote unquote freestyle. Eminem's the lyricist of the year.
So if we just going super irrational, then I'm taking back Bad and Bougie.
Is that irrational? Is that super irrational though? What I just said?
Yeah, it is.
No lyrics of this year, no lyrics in 2017 have been quoted, pubbed, put on like mainstream media more than those lyrics that Eminem dropped this week. He's the lyricist of the year, and that's not crazy, though.
Okay, so we're entitled to our own opinions. I'm gonna keep it with Kendrick Lamar, but like I said, I'm taking back my song of the year, and I'm going back with after Michigan State, after Hubbard,
Not first day.
When our man told on us the brands it took from us. Hell yeah. Like that's my song of the year. But I'm being
well, the longest 6 Mile. Break her bitch down.
That's LeBron's song of the year too.
I like that song a lot too. Okay. So maybe you fall in this category. Best new artist of the year. Who's your best new artist of the year?
So that's where Cardi B comes in for me.
You like Cardi B there?
I feel like Cardi B gotta earn her keep. Like you win best new artist before you win best artist.
Okay.
You gotta be new.
But she can still have the best song.
No, I can't do it. You know who I thought about the other day? You know who I thought about? I bet you this person has left your memory bank. Silento. Now watch me well. I bet you what Silento ever made since. I hope Cardi B has some sustained success and it's not just this one hit wonder.
Okay. She's with a good team. She's with Migos, so like they could probably help her make hits.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go a little bit left with this one, but not like completely off the beaten path. I just like these categories I look at these categories the way I look at them, and I think the difference best new artist, I would actually have to know the name of your album or have listened to it. I haven't ever heard another song except for Bodak Yellow from Cardi B, so I can't put her as the best new artist.
Okay, good.
And the person who I'm gonna say, you're probably gonna be like, he's not really a new artist. But this is the first like album I've ever listened to from him, so he's a new artist to me, and he hasn't been around all that long. So it's 21 Savage for me. 21 Savage is the best new artist to me, because he's still a new artist to me. And I think a lot of cats who don't listen to like the new school rap haven't even listened to Issa. Like they not even on him, so he's like a brand new artist to a bunch of people. So I'm kind of putting that out there as a charge to people. If you haven't listened to 21 Savage, listen to 21 Savage. He's like the new school Juicy J or something. He's kind of gangster and stuff. Now that Amber Rose stuff is taking a little bit away from it, but I like 21. He's my artist of the year. I mean, my new artist.
And I have if you want my guy like outside of like Cardi B, you know, it's funny, like a lot of the other award shows have best female hip hop artists.
I noticed that. It's
you know
just
what I mean?
one. Yeah,
so like, let's just say if I had a best male, the album that I enjoyed the most, like the newest album that I enjoyed the most, was the Kodak Black album. They had a lot of I really like the Kodak. Even though I don't really like Kodak that much as an artist, I rather Lil Uzi Vert, but the Kodak album just had hits on it to me.
I thought you was gonna go with a Boogie with the hoodie. You know, he dropped his Boogie dropped his shit like last week or 2 weeks ago.
It's too new though, man. It's too new.
Got you. I mean, I
was that's my guy.
Lyricist of the years.
Hey, you can do whatever you want, huh? Nelly.
So I had another thing called Nelly. Do whatever you want. I just got what you meant. That was bad. So we had mixtape of the year. But I don't even know like any mixtapes in real life.
Okay, so let me tell you. I don't know if you looked it up, but I actually looked up who won.
I went on that
Well, okay, cool. But I actually looked up the nominees and the winners from the. So I want to give you this. Cardi B won everything. She even won best mixtape. Didn't know she had a mixtape, but she won best mixtape. Crazy, right? So the mixtapes is it's Cardi B, Gangsta Bitch Music, Gucci Mane, Drop Top Wop, Juicy J, Gas Face. I've never heard any of these. Maybe a piece of Gucci Mane's. But this is what I didn't know. This album, I didn't know wasn't a full album. I didn't know it was a mixtape. Playboy Cardi.
Oh.
That's a mixtape. So whenever I looked at this list, that was my best new mixtape. Also, T. Greasley, My Moment, with After Michigan State. That was a mixtape.
After Hubbard, yeah. So I went back, and I'm just gonna say, from the time this today is a year from today, so that would be October of 2016. I took all of that in consideration. I just put Dream Chasers for Meek. I mean, that's the last mixtape that I went to Dat Piff to download and as a mixtape, and was really on it for the whole year. I mean, it had Blue Note, Shine. Leonard Fournette actually put me on that. Yeah, that was the mixtape of the year for me.
I have to ask you, because I was a little confused. What exactly is a mixtape?
Yeah, right. Like I would assume that the definition of a mixtape would be something that is not on like the Apple Musics or the
but it
titles.
And it is.
Oh, yeah, I guess it is. I don't know. Maybe it's not like a studio drop by the label. I don't know what a mixtape.
You know what
makes a mixtape anymore?
I'm saying this. If somebody, because I could look it up easily, but I don't feel like it. If one of our listeners, we don't have that many, not yet, but one of our 100, 200, whatever, 300 listeners hears this and can tell me what a mixtape is and make me believe them and understand, I will send them a hat.
Straight like that.
Straight like that. We reaching the hour mark, so that means that you would have to listen to the podcast nearly in its entirety. I will send you a free hat that says Best Friend Weekend on it. Dad hat. Or I'll send you the Colin Kaepernick hat. Whatever you want. If you can tell me what and what a mixtape is on one of our social mediums.
Straight up. So, three more awards. This one I thought was interesting. The Made You Look Hip Hop Style Award. It was like, who's the most stylish person in hip hop? Who'd you pick for that? I'm curious who you think's the most stylish.
So is that what that was?
Yeah.
Is that what that was? Because like, you know how like you can have eggs and you can have it like sunny side up? Like,
Yeah.
hey, or you can have them scrambled.
See, that's why like ASAP
I didn't know
Rocky
it was
was
like
like in
hip-hop
the nomination
style.
for that.
That's what I didn't know. I didn't know it was hip hop style. Like I didn't know it was like, oh, look
Yeah.
at my style. I thought it was like hip hop style.
Oh.
So anyway, ASAP Rocky clearing away. Clearing away, ASAP
So
Rocky will forever have the best style.
And I think it's interesting because it tells you a lot about how you try to style yourself. So for me, it was very easy. It was David Banner. The God Box, his whole swag and flow this year. David Banner is the most stylish person in hip hop. You can see what I'm trying to do with my hair. That's that. I've been calling it the God Box at the barbershop for the last couple months. Yeah, man, I'm David Banner. I like David Banner's old man swag.
Do you know who won that award?
Cardi B.
Cardi B won that award.
You said Cardi B won everything, so
no, she did. Literally, she won everything.
All right, we're down to the last two.
And I want to say this. We didn't talk about this one. I know we're not. But the producer of the year, without question, is Metro Boomin, and that's it.
Yeah.
So continue.
Yeah. That's not to be even fussed about.
That's not even a conversation to be had.
It's not even to be fussed about. We got Artist of the Year and Album of the Year. Which one you want to do first?
Let's go with Album of the Year.
All right.
We're gonna both have the same Album of the Year.
No, we're not. No,
okay,
we're not.
Cool. Go with yours.
The Album of the Year for me was Hendrix.
Oh wow, the Album of the Year to me was Future.
Really?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
I mean, there was a lot of them. Honorable mentions, More Life. I decided that Big Sean, I liked the Culture. That True to Self. I don't know if we putting Bryson Tiller in that, but that was one of my favorite albums. Pretty Girls Love Trap Music. I loved all of those.
Pretty Girl Love Trap Music and More Life was kind of up there for me.
Yeah.
But I decided to go with Future because I like Future.
Hendrix, man. Hendrix was mine because I like. It was made more of the kind of like the singing Future on Hendrix. On Future was more the rapping Future. That's funny that's what we picked. But hell yeah, that. Future. Yeah, I like that a lot. I don't even want to talk about it anymore. Y'all know where we stand on these things. Artist of the Year. I didn't want to go chalk and say Future. I'll tell you who I said.
I did go the same and went Future.
Future is the obvious pick for me. So yes, Future is the obvious pick. But the name I ended up writing down, this is an achievement award.
You going with
the guy made it? No, he made it back, man. Not too many people can die and then come back in like the span of a year and a half. And when we did our top 10 list of like the best top 10s freshman classes a couple of weeks ago, you were saying something and I was just clowning. He's dead. He sucks. He's terrible. It's Meek Mill, man.
Meek Mill's your artist of the year?
Meek Mill's my artist of the year because Meek Mill has came all the way back. He came back from like being completely out of the game, not insignificant, trash, whatever, to 1942.
We should win the comeback of the year award. You know, like they don't.
I know.
It's like you know.
We didn't have it. We didn't have that. There wasn't a category for that.
Well, let's do it. The comeback of the year award is Meek Mill. Okay, cool. Yeah, he was resurrected on the third day. So, now give me your best artist. I'd like to know.
Future. It was Future. It was Future, dog. It was Future, man. He dropped 2 albums in 2 weeks, and it was like, and then I had to put the meme with Scottie Pippen holding him up because he had dropped them 2 albums in 2. Come on, man, it's Future.
You know, it's funny. I think that you do a great job of leading the podcast. So I just kind of want to say, everybody. I told you everybody that won. You know, not everybody that won, but I told you that Cardi B won every award. It doesn't look like there's I can't find who won Artist of the Year. Like, is that an actual?
That wasn't an award. I added that to it because they didn't put that as an award. Ain't that some interesting stuff?
That is crazy, yeah.
Like, I added that to the list of things we would talk about. Like, if we had a hip hop award show, we would put.
Why would you have an Artist of the Year? Why not?
Yeah, I don't know.
You know what's crazy though? There's an actual award called MVP of the Year. Who you think won that?
Beyonce.
No, she did not. She's not on it. The person who won, I would have never thought about, but after seeing who won, it's who I would have voted for. So I'll tell you, I'm going to ask you the obvious
DJ
question.
Khaled.
DJ Khaled won. Cardi B came in second place.
DJ Khaled. The way your face just looked when you said it, it was DJ Khaled.
I made it DJ
It was
Khaled
DJ Khaled. Yes, you did. It looked very like, yeah, that was it. Because you know what it made me think of when you said MVP and the way you started kind of loading up for it was that it wasn't a rapper. And that's kind of what I put my mind immediately. It's not a rapper.
I gotta learn to be more dupish.
DJ Khaled makes sense. DJ Khaled had that song with. I was thinking about Bryson Tiller with that Wild Thoughts because of him having a great year. Because that's a DJ Khaled song too, right?
He sure is,
Sure.
yeah. No, it sure is. And you know what I think is gonna happen? I think it might not be DJ Khaled. It might be Metro Boomin. Like it might be. I don't know who it's gonna be, but I think one of those DJs and one of those producers are gonna put together a collaboration album that's gonna be so like a classic soon. I think it's gonna happen.
I can believe that. Some of the albums are borderline classics now, but hey. All right, we pushing up against it, man. And I mean, this is a crazy week with a whole bunch of things, man.
We didn't do the
we got
on this one.
We got to push through. All right, man. Let me hit y'all with nothing nice to say, man. Cue up that music.
You know, they say if you can't say anything nice, don't say anything at all.
If you can't say something nice, don't say nothing at all.
Nothing nice to say, but Aldo nice.
Woo! It's been an interesting week, and I hate Cowboys fans. That probably started in like the 70s or 80s. I'm just thinking that, like back in the day, where we're from in Louisiana, you're either 75% Saints fans, 25% Cowboys. Up north Louisiana is 50-50 Cowboys Saints. And I just always hated Cowboys fans because it was like they couldn't stand the losing. So they was like, I don't want to be a Saints fan, I want to be a Cowboys fan. But that's neither here nor there. I don't like them. I like the fact that our coach, Sean Payton, stepped up and said that we needed more wisdom in the office. And he stood behind his players when they decided to sit for the anthem. I'm cool with that, Saints. But when they called Jerry Jones said everybody needs to stand up. When they call Jerry Jones the owner of the Cowboy, he takes that shit literally. Massa Jerry feels like he owns they asses. Boy could stand behind drug dealers, drug addicts, woman beaters, whatever, but can't deal with a social reform protest for the rights of black folks. In reality, I can't be mad at the players if they choose to stand for the anthem. I mean, that's their job. That's their money. I'd be geeked to watch him kneel and see what the slave master do about it. But make no mistake, the name of this team needs to be changed. Drop the cow. I'm going to start calling them the Dallas Boys. You know, like, boy, you better stand for the anthem, boy. Boy, you better not embarrass me in front of them other owners, boy. Boy, you better respect that star on your helmet, boy. Boy, you better leave our white women alone, boy. Oh, we know boy is a white racist word. That's Michael Evans. Good times. That's why it's so appropriate to refer to the Dallas football team as the Boys going forward. Well, that's unless they show me the propensity to man up. I just need one of them to make it pop off and take their owner to task for telling grown-ass men how they can protest. It could be one of y'all. That, you hear me? One of y'all. But hell, I could already hear Jared Thomas, Blake Vital, Horace Duffy, and the rest of them, the Dallas Boys supporters, blowing up my line saying, if you don't have nothing nice to say, don't say nothing nice at all about our boys. Fuck the Cowboys. That's all. That's all I had to say for nothing nice to say this week. Hey, this has been a interesting, action-packed thrill ride of a podcast, man. I'm not gonna say there hasn't been a week like this in a long time with that much stuff going on, man.
I agree. Now, keep it coming, guys. Let's go.
America, keep it coming.
Keep up the buffoonery.
Man, JJ Watt, man, get well soon, man. Odell. Damn. Get well soon, man.
Yeah, well, why you had to pause? No pun intended. But anyway, so Why you had to pause?
Odell. Because we like Odell, man. Odell's like Cam Newton. Odell's like one of our top 3 humans, in the NFL.
Oh, is that right?
Le Mans. Top 3 Le Mans in that league. Hey, next week I have invited the police to the podcast. So hopefully this goes off as planned.
Hopefully the police don't act like the military, huh?
Yeah, well the police said he coming, like he told me 3 weeks ago, he was like, I'm gonna come on this particular date. October the 19th, I will be there for the podcast. So the police say he coming October 19th. We're gonna see how it playing out if the police come next week. We're gonna probably entitle that episode "Fuck the Police" if he come, and I'm gonna put a picture of him on that podcast cover, just cause. Black police. We'll see how black police like to be talked about. But hey, that's all I got, Raj.
That's all I got too.